Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. Today we're in Houston, Texas, and we're gonna have a great car show coming up. This is 2026 in April. 24th through the 26th is Keels and Wheels. Take a look in the description of this video, but come on out, say hello to me. Looking forward to seeing you. Another person will be there is Eric Lipper. Eric's got an amazing car for us today. Eric, what year, make, and model is this one?
Well, let's call it a 1964 pre-production Mustang Convertible.
Let's take a look at our featured attraction. So this one's got a lot of details. Come right alongside me. And as you can see, this one, well, first of all, this is actually built in December of '63. The horse is a little bit bigger. Eric, first of all, how long have you had this car?
I've had this car probably 6 years.
Now, how did you find this car, or does it find you?
The car found me because I've got several Mustangs and I'm active in the hobby. So I knew of this car and I coveted this car.
So let's start right off the bat. Bigger horse,
Okay.
the grill behind it is different. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the horse is dimensionally bigger than the production car.
Right.
The grill is argent silver, not charcoal gray.
Right.
These headlight bezels are handmade. They're not made as the production car. This front valance, you can't see it, but there's tabs here at the top,
Okay.
right where my finger is, because this valance is made differently. The car is 3/4 of an inch wider than a production Mustang,
Really?
and it's an inch shorter than a
Wow.
production Mustang.
Let me just come over here for just a second. So you have to be tickled pink to get this car.
Oh, I've been loving Mustangs since I was a kid. I used to call my aunt Mustang Molly when I was a little kid. And so, yeah, I mean, how can you be any more excited than I am to own this car?
Wow.
Because it's not only a beautiful car, it's, I think, one of the most historically significant Mustangs in the world.
Yeah, clearly.
And so,
A great
as
car.
you're looking down the side of the car, notice the hubcaps. It's the only car you'll ever see with those particular hubcaps. It's, of course, a 260 V8, not a 289.
It says Mustang. Does it usually say Ford?
First, the spinner's different, and the way that the hubcap is stamped is totally different because it's a handmade one.
Wow.
And spinners didn't last in production because they deemed them dangerous.
No mirror.
No mirror, okay. As you look down the side of the car, these door lock knobs are not Mustang parts. Okay, those come off the line.
Got it.
As you look in the interior of the car,
Well, let's keep on the
okay.
outside for
Yeah.
just a second. So is this the same?
that's production part.
Got it.
Hard to see, but if you could see up under the fender,
Yeah.
this car is documented.
Let's step back from
Yeah,
it to the ticket and go ahead.
This car is documented as the first convertible assembled, and the reason that it's believed to be the first one assembled is because those inner wheelhouses on the rear fenders were out of a coupe.
Wow.
And they had to hand beat them back flat so the convertible top had a place to go.
So right now, speaking of the convertible top, let's show you what it looks like with the top up. With you, I wanted to show it to you with the top up. And there's a reason why I want to show you this car with the top up. Not just because I want to show you what that looks like, but if I sit right here, you'll see that there is a flat spot right above where the driver's head would be. Usually that's bowed, and it's not because they didn't put that bracing in yet for this one right here. So I just wanted to show you that with the top up. And we're back. So let's come on back here. Do you have the keys for the trunk? Before you come around that way, come around this way.
Yes, sir.
I want to show people the back of this car. Anything different back here?
That rear valance is different in how it both attaches to the car and its design. When I open the trunk, you'll notice one thing about this car, which is unique
Go ahead.
because of its pre-production. This is Ford's show car.
Right.
So look at there's the seams in the trunk, which you would see there.
Seamless.
Yeah, they leaded everything in because they're using this car
Wow.
for photography.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah, pull one of those out. We're going to just pull them out and show them in the light. Go ahead, pull it out.
This board does a pretty good explanation of some of the unique stuff. So 1 inch shorter, 1/2 inch wider. The cowl decor support dimensions are different. The steel dash in this car is longer.
Really?
Yeah.
There's that 12/6/63 date inside the convertible top.
Yeah, that and there's a lot of unique things. For example, you couldn't see this in your video, but when they stamped this car out, you can let that close. This frame rail, when they turned the wheel, they had an interference problem, so they actually torched out the frame rail in this car. The production cars didn't get that. When they put the shock absorbers in, they realized the way they were stamping the body
Here.
Yeah, you can't get to the top nut of the shock absorber because they were making this in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
They fixed it. You'll see this. Yeah, that's the fenders, how they're made. And you'll need to get the heater box and stuff because this car also has stickers on it for pre-production parts.
Wow. Let's see the other one if you might. And
yes,
while I'm showing it, look at how beautiful the back of this is. It's
Note also there's no jacking instructions on that trunk.
Yeah, I did see that.
because they hadn't done them. So this is the original tag, which we did not restore. Okay, and notice the for the Mustangers in there, the DSO of this car is unique, which means Ford only.
Yeah.
Notice the engine in this car when you see it is detailed differently because it comes off the Falcon line.
Gotcha.
This is all the data that was put on the core support acid etched in because remember they hadn't put a vent on this car when they're building it, so that's how they did these pre-production cars. And we found in the original car, taking it apart, these stickers that were all over parts called pre-production material. So we've reproduced that. And this is just obviously everybody that was involved in the work.
Research and the documentation.
Exactly.
Let's put that back in there. May I open it?
Yes, sir.
So I want to start just showing you that. This one features the rally pack. There is no adjustment, so that seat stays as is. We have the back, as you see, that date number of the December was right back in here. We can't show you that, but we can show you. There's that piece there in the door. Product of Ford Motor Company. And the buckets.
A couple of other unique things that I'll just point out for you. The brake pedal and the accelerator pedal are different than a production Mustang. It's not something that would jump out of your eye.
Yeah. I noticed in here too, perfectly smooth.
Yeah, all leaded.
All smooth. No.
All leaded for show car purposes.
Right. All right. So as I sit in it, and clock working, might I add. Wow. Go ahead. Other things?
You got the radio.
Oh, I will show the radio.
Yeah, because that's sort of unique because of when it was produced. They hadn't produced the Mustang that begins at a 5.
Yeah, so we've got, it starts with a 6. Usually have like a 5.5 or 5.6. 5.3, that was it. Yep.
And they didn't have it. This car, by the way, still has its original carpet in it that we re-dyed. That's why when you touch it, it feels kind of stiff.
Yeah.
But that is the original
dye
carpet because it's unique also.
I'll show that heater on the other side.
Yeah, because one of those pre-production stickers is on that heater box, I believe.
Oh yeah, there's that pre-production sticker we were talking about, right there.
Those stickers are all over the underside of the car, but you only get to see them on the lift. Wow,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's
very cool.
It's really a fun car to own because the most fun about it is you go to a show. Everybody looks at this and goes, oh, it's a 65 Mustang. And then you say, but wait.
There's more.
Exactly. There's a bigger story to it.
Let's close that.
Yes.
And let's open under the hood.
Okay. Yeah, this is a treasure trove of uniqueness.
So right off the bat.
Well, first off, when have you seen serial number 140? And the reason that that's so significant is the first 200 cars were pre-production, built in a warehouse. Half of them pretty much didn't get engines.
And not only that, but you told me that they didn't build them in sequence.
No. So then that's how, in the way this car is put together, is how they've determined it's the first. But you know, there's some other things. The firewall is different than a production firewall. The way the dimpling is done in the reliefs is totally different. This hood is different than a production hood. The production cars got some relief in here so that when you rear-ended somebody, the hood would fold over.
Yeah.
You know, and so they didn't do that. These are the pieces on these front fenders.
Let me stand over here.
So what happens is
I see.
when you
Right here.
Yeah, when you bend metal,
Yeah.
you know, they split it here and
Right.
they didn't slice this off. But if you go look at production Mustang fenders, these fenders are probably worth, you know, who knows?
Yeah.
You could
On both
make them,
sides.
but you can't buy them.
Yeah.
And you know, you'll notice for the Mustangers out there, this car, where are the horns?
Yeah. Way down here.
Yeah, that's not
Right.
where production
No, they're
Mustangs
usually up
got
here.
them. Exactly. So they didn't have their.
So
horns.
is it just the one?
Yeah. There's one on
Oh
each
yeah,
side.
yeah. One on this side, two under the battery,
And
I see that.
And for the real detail guys,
which I like.
look, that power steering pump's a Thunderbird part.
Oh yeah.
You know, because that's where it comes from, and you know, there's a lot else. You know, just dimensionally, it is dimensionally different than the Mustang.
Right. The 64, 260, 24B. What's the 24B? I've got the
That's
64.
experiment. They called that an experimental number. That's how they logged it, because they took this. You know, they hadn't decided what the engine package was going to be.
Okay.
And they hadn't decided their cosmetic detailing yet. So that's why it's Falcon.
Nice.
And this is documented before the car was taken apart. This is how it was at Ford. It isn't something we just dreamed up.
Let me come over here for just a
Yes,
second. Was this correct? I mean, for that
Generator? Yes.
Well, the way that's got that housing,
Yeah.
is that different?
You know, the cover.
Yeah.
This
That's what
cover.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
That
the
covers-
production. The early cars with the generator didn't have this cover.
And I'm wondering if they didn't have that, because it looks better with the cover. So they said it'll look better under the hood if you do the cover.
Yeah, and you know, some other stuff for the Mustangers, which I am, butterscotch coil. Yeah, that's the early coil color.
Okay.
This solenoid is the early solenoid.
Yeah, it looks
color.
like, move over just a second
Yeah.
if you want to get the,
Yeah.
it almost looks like it's wood.
Yeah, and everything
Yeah.
in this car,
Yeah.
to the maximum extent possible, is in NOS from that
Yeah.
period.
I was super excited to see this car in your collection. Let's fire it up, shall we?
Yeah, and that wiring harness is
Where? Show me.
handmade.
Wait, come.
Yeah, yeah.
Show me what you want to show me.
Well, this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the wiring in the car, that's how it was done, because it's pre-production. They hadn't engineered their wiring
right.
harness when they built it.
Got it.
So in fact, if you took the instrument cluster out,
Yeah.
you'd see all these masking tape numbers on the instrument cluster as to which wire is going to go to which piece.
That's great.
All right, fire in the hole. Cross your fingers.
He says cross your fingers. Smooth. I mean, listen to the exhaust. Go ahead, give it a slam. There we go.
You got it. You got it. You got it.
Go ahead, Eric. Give it a little rev. That's what you had. All right. You step on the brakes for a second. Perfect. Stay right where you're at. Let's take the Mustang for a ride.
Let's do it.
All right. Eric and I are in the 1964 Ford Mustang Convertible with a 260 and an automatic. The show car, the pre-production car. How cool is this?
It's a pretty good day.
Yeah, I mean, the sun's out. It's really, really solid.
I'll put it to you this way: this car, you've driven in it further than I think anybody.
Well, we always want to show people you know, a little bit more than the car show on My Car Story. It's a real privilege to have this out. I know we've been talking about it with you, so
Yeah.
I was pretty excited to actually see it, and we've got a fantastic day that came out today. So this is just great.
So this is the kind of car that makes you just smile. You know?
Speaking of smiling, Keels and Wheels, the car show in Houston in 2026, April 24th through the 26th. Come on out. I'll be there. Eric will be there. He'll have some fun car to share with you. And you're going to want to see that show. Look in the description of this video. But this is just great. I just want to show them just kind of tooling around the neighborhood. And you were sharing with me, when people see it, they go, oh, it's a 65 Mustang.
Right. It's you know, one of the really fun things about it is it does look like a 65 Mustang, but it is in almost every respect not. And it's just fun because this is a conversation generating vehicle.
Yeah, it's an instant friend maker.
Yeah, and so I just love talking to people about it, the historical significance of it, the fact it was Ford's show car.
What made you such a Mustang guy?
You know, two things. I'm the right age, and second, there were 3 boys that lived next door to me who were restoring Mustangs in the early 1970s, and I was over there helping them,
all the time,
mess with the cars.
Yeah,
and that's really. I am a car guy by actual wrenching.
There you go.
You know.
That's your passion, is just playing with them. That's your fun.
Yeah. And so, unfortunately, we have caught a train.
That's all right.
Welcome to Houston.
Well, what we'll do is we'll sign out then. Eric, I can't wait to continue to ride in this pre-production Mustang. Thanks so much for being on My Car Story.
Thank you for having me, Lou.
You're welcome.
Beep, beep.